My name is Kyle, and Johnny had the pleasure of growing up next to me. So I've been very fortunate to know the Calzarettas for most of my life. Mr. and Mrs. C, you were like second parents to me, and growing up, you always made me feel like home, so I appreciate that. You both did an incredible job raising your son, but I'm not sure if either of you ever taught Johnny about stranger danger. I've never seen anyone so willing to chat with a random stranger on the street, but that's just Johnny. He's so open, so accepting of everyone he meets. He's that person that holds a group together, and the glue that holds that same group together. He pulls them together and pulls them together. If you look around the room today, I think you'll see very few strangers. That's just a testament of what Johnny works and what he does. One day I blinked and now all my friends are from Notre Dame. It's really hard to pin down a specific story about Johnny because we've made so many over the years. From making backyard games as kids to hiding drinks from our parents at our lake house. We were always joined at the hip. Honestly, it's all been kind of a blur after all this time, but I can think of one simple moment that I'll never forget. We were just kind of sitting around the campfire, and Johnny looks over to me and says, "Hey, you know what? You're my best friend."
Aww.
And it seems like something that's really obvious, and like, of course you're my best friend. But I think just hearing it out loud just really made a difference. And so that's what makes you special, Johnny. It's what you're good at, making myself and others feel so welcomed and accepted. And so, Johnny, despite your perm phase, despite your obsession with just chomping down on like raw cucumbers, whole, it's crazy, and stealing the spotlight in our homemade Monty Python movies, you're my best friend too, buddy. And I can't stop there though. I've also been very lucky to know Andy and call her a good friend for the last 8 years, which is crazy. Everyone knows how kind-hearted, thoughtful, and happy Andy always is. And at least, to be honest, I think the only time I've ever seen her upset is when Johnny kept beating her in chin. But a few years ago, Annie caught wind that I was having a pretty tough day, and she invited me over to her place to watch The Bachelor with a few friends as well. We spent the night drinking and distracting myself with cringy TV. And honestly, that was just the pick-me-up I needed. That was one of the moments I realized that Annie, you're my good friend too, and not just Johnny's girlfriend. It's been so fun watching you two go from good friends to a power couple. As many of you know, Johnny and Annie have been traveling the world together, and for the last 2 years, and I've been super lucky to visit them at a couple spots along the way. But there's many reasons why I love this one trip in Colorado specifically. Number one, I got to get to know Annie's family better. So shout out to you guys for letting me crash your ski weekend. And number two, though, Johnny told me that he was going to propose to Annie on this trip, and I had the honor of distracting you while he was able to share the news with the family, and that was really special. But third, and I think my favorite of all, was getting to see just how happy Johnny and Annie in their element they were together. Many that could argue that traveling brings out the worst in people, but that's not the case for these two. It only made them closer, and it was really fun to see just how happy you two make each other. So, with that being said, I love you both so much. I wish you both a happy life together. Annie always has the many.